Hey, it's Tuesday tea time with Dorina, and I want to welcome all our first time viewers and those that may be uh, watching the replay, or you've been with us before and you are joining us again. So, welcome to Tuesday Tea Time. We are presented from Women of Wisdom. We are a nonprofit organization here to empower teen girls and women with practical wisdom and confidence. We are here to bridge that generational gap between the younger and the older ladies to pass on vital knowledge to one another and the next generation. And so tonight I'm just doing something a little different. And I don't know about you, but sometimes, I like to just sit on the floor. So um, I have what they call a floor pillow. And so I'm just sitting here with my pillow, and I got my tea. And tonight, I do have honey in my tea, and I am doing buttermint tea. Okay, so here's my favorite cup, and welcome to tea time. I hope that you have your beverages and that you fill your cup up with lots of wisdom tonight. Okay. So, like I always say, and I'll continue to say, that knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is powerful. How about that? Okay, so our Tuesday tea time topic is what confident people don't need. Okay, what confident people don't need. All right, so we're going to talk about that tonight. And just to kind of give you a little heads up, we got some plans going on with Women of Wisdom. We are working on a event, uh, which is we're not sure what we're naming it yet, but it's Sip and Vision. So we're gonna do a vision board and have some something to sip on. And we are going to have a fantastic time. So that is coming up soon. So just stay tuned to the Women of Wisdom back channel and find out this about more about this event that's coming up. Okay. So we are trying to, or we are working at putting more events together so that we can start, building our rapport with our teen girls and women outside of our annual workshop. So that's something that we're working on. We're also working on a curriculum called Caterpillar to Butterfly. And so we are going to be having a program as we put the curriculum, working on the curriculum now. And so this is a future thing, but we are working on it and it will come to pass. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about us growing together in confidence and wisdom because you know what? Confidence is not something that you just obtain at one time. It's something that you grow in and you keep growing in. Okay. All right. So, what confident people don't need. Okay, so before we get started with that, sometimes I like to share with you some quotes. I'm not sure who said this because I couldn't really find out who it was, but it says, sooner or later, those who win are those who think they can. Now, a lot of us know the story about, the train that said, I think I can. We've heard, lots of um, teachings or instructions or just, stuff here and there that talks about, unless you believe in yourself or unless you believe that you can do something, you're not going to be able to do it. And so that is a true statement. And that's why we need to make sure that we believe in ourselves and in our abilities. Okay. This is another one that I found. And it says, if you have no confidence in yourself, you are twice defeated in the race of life. With confidence, you have won even before you have started. Now that's Cicero, Cicero, that quoted that. Okay, so we're going to talk about confident people. Did you know that confident people don't need to prove themselves? They don't feel like they have to prove anything to people. And we want to be confident people. Let's see, we got a couple of ladies on here. Iva, hey, Iva, I'm going to bring you some tea back from Charleston, Carolina. Yay! All right, I'm going to be looking for that. And we have Nanita. Hello there. Thank you for joining us tonight. I so appreciate you being here. Okay, so we're talking about, confident people, and that confident people do not feel like they have to prove themselves. Okay. So, and we're talking about true confident people. Okay. So true confident people, they give. They're not about taking, they're about giving. And even though true confident people are not caught up in the opinions of other people, we do care about people. And um, we we are inspired to give and to help people live uh, uh, what am I trying to say, inspired lives, I guess I could put it like that. And so being confident, we don't need a whole lot of uh, accolades, people, rewarding, um, and flattery, all that kind of stuff like that. True confident people find their assurance from within, and they're okay with who they are. They know who they are, and they're okay with being who they are. And so they don't need all of that, okay? So confident people uh, believe in themselves and they make things happen. They don't need to make excuses. They believe that they are in control of their lives. They don't have to make excuses because they take responsibility for whatever their actions are. Okay. So, say late to work or anything like that. I mean, we don't have to say, well, my kids, caused me to be late, or, my husband, or, I blah this and I blah that. Nope, don't have to do that. We know that we're late and we take responsibility for that. True, confident people do so. Okay, so this help you. Don't need permission to be who we are or to act. We don't have to have confident people don't have to have permission. We find out what we have to do and we do it. And that's how confident people act. So, confident people don't seek attention. All right. They don't feel like they have to seek attention because they don't need other people's approval. That's not important to them because they approve of themselves. Listen to that. There's nothing wrong with approving of yourself. There's nothing wrong with you having confidence in who you are and knowing who you are. And it shows up in our body language, it shows up in our voice, in the way we talk, the way we believe. We have confidence, and we don't need other people to uh, flatter us or boost us up because we already know who we are. And you know what? That doesn't mean that we don't need encouragement. That doesn't mean that we don't like to be encouraged. It's just that, when it comes to flattery and uh, approval and things like that, we already approve of ourselves. How about that? So you just need to be happy with who you are. Did you know that happiness and confidence are connected? Because if you're happy about who you are, you'll have confidence in who you are. And if you have confidence in who you are and being who you are, you're happy with that, because there's a lot of people out there that are still trying to prove their worth, still trying to gain the attention of others. You do not have to do that. Look within and find. That's why I keep saying this over and over and over again, that it's very important that you discover who you are. It's very important that you know your own personality, you know your own characteristics. You are in control of who you are. And do you know that when you allow other people's opinion to change who you are, do you know that you are being controlled by other people? And do you know that when other people control you, then they start manipulating you because they know that they can get over on you because you lack knowing who you are and you lack having confidence in who you are, and you're looking for approval. It's important that you have the opinion of other people. Now, I'm not saying that you should live the type of life that you don't care what people think about you, because to some degree we all should care, about how we look in public, how we speak, and how we act. But when it comes to, that inner being of who you are, and just being your authentic self, that's where you are okay to think the way you want to, because you have confidence in who you are. Don't let anyone steal your confidence from you. And listen to this: if your confidence have been stolen from you, the good news is you can get it back. Actually, it's never been stolen from you in the first place, it's been suppressed. And so you have to remove the thoughts and opinions of the other people and go within you, go deep within you and find out why that's happening. Because you cannot resolve a problem unless you know why that problem exists. Isn't that good? These are practical things. This is practical wisdom that you can apply to your life. And you know what? You want to do life right by walking in confidence and not having to need approval of everybody else. Now, when we're, uh, teenagers, and, we're kind of growing in that stage where even like graduation, and then you're kind of just going into adolescent, that's a time where you have to learn, because we're caught up in the opinion of our parents and what they think about us, and even some people that are close to us. These are things at that age that you have to grow out of, and you have to get to that place where you are doing what you know you should be doing, and be okay with that. Now, positive uh, feedback from people, their positive thoughts, and as long as their positive opinion matches who you are, you're good. Go with that. But all that stuff that doesn't, you know, is not building you up, you don't need that. Okay. And confident people, they don't need that. Yeah, they don't need all that. Okay. So confident people, uh, they don't run from conflict. They don't run from conflict. It's something that you just learn how to manage effectively. Okay. And I was talking to a young lady about, matter of fact, I was talking to my granddaughters about this. And, we were just kind of talking about how, dealing with conflict sometimes, you have to put people in their place sometimes. And, if you're not a controversial type of person, you're not the kind of person that, debates and like to, argue and all of that stuff like that, you don't really like having to deal with conflict. And I don't really, I mean, me personally, I don't like dealing with conflict. But I have no problem. This is what I tell my granddaughters, arising to the occasion, because you learn how to deal with conflict, manage conflict effectively. And so people that have confidence, they don't need to run from conflict. They see it as an opportunity to learn how to manage effectively conflict. So kind of like conflict resolutions and things like that. You don't have a problem with that. And they don't go along to get along. Confident people don't go along to get along. You know, okay, so they understand the uncomfortable conversations and the unpleasant decisions are necessary to arise to the occasion. So in my position as running Women of Wisdom, there's conflict, with how things need to be done sometimes. And you have to, being a confident person, you have to deal with these situations. But the key is to know how to manage them effectively. And confident people don't run away from that. And you know what? Another thing is that they don't, they're not afraid to be corrected. Confident people are not afraid to be corrected. If a confident person is wrong, they want that feedback so that they can right the wrong and learn from your mistakes. And see, you know what? When it comes to confident in the first place, how you gain it is doing the uncomfortable, doing the new things, things that you think that you can't do, and you apply yourself anyway because you have confidence in yourself. And that confidence, each time you step out in the uncomfortable zone or the unknown zone, you are building. This is an opportunity to build your confidence, and I'm not saying that things you won't have, what is the word that I'm looking for, hesitation, because sometimes hesitation can be wisdom. That doesn't mean apprehension. That's what I mean. Sometimes that doesn't mean that you won't have apprehension, but you won't allow apprehension to stop you from moving forward. How about that? Okay, because confident people don't do that. Okay, confident people do not have to speak all the time. Confident people know how to listen. And we know that through listening, you're going to learn more by listening than you are talking. And you know what? Confident people don't have a problem with letting other people talk, because confident people want to see other people develop and grow in their gifts and their talents. Confident people are not caught up in being jealous and envious of other people, because they're comfortable in their own skin. They're comfortable in their own abilities. And they know that, okay, yeah, I may make a mistake, but what can I learn from this? To make things better for myself. So we're talking about confident people. Confident people, they focus on the outward, allowing them to see what others can bring to the table, and not just always wanting attention and bringing everything to the table themselves. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to avoid negative feedback. Negative feedback, uh, now I'm not talking about constructive criticism, but negative feedback, that feedback that just tears you down, you want to avoid that, because that's a confident killer. Okay. So there are some things, like I always tell you, I want to share with you to kind of help give you that practical application. Before we do that, let's take a tea break. Tea time. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, I have something I want to share with you. I have a quote I want to share with you. Let me move this out of the way. Believe in yourself, your abilities, and your own potential. Never let self doubt hold you captive. You are worthy of all that you dream of and hope for. Wow, that's good. And if you want to take a picture of that, take a picture of that and just continue to read that. Read that over and over and build that in your conscious mind, so that you will start thinking and believing that way, because, you know, you are worthy of all your dreams. They were given to you for you. So you should uh, be confident in that. Okay. Okay. So the things that I want to share with you, uh, you know, how to be more confident. Okay. Be kind to yourself. Stop tearing yourself up. Stop beating yourself up. Stop saying all the negative things. Stop looking at all your negative qualities. Stop, uh, shining the light on who you're not and start shining the light on who you are. Okay, so be kind, learn to be kind to yourself. Some people think that some this is easy for some people, but for some people this is hard. This is hard work. It takes a lot of effort for you to be kind to yourself. Maybe, a lot of people mistreated you, or you were mistreated by those of that had authority over you. I can identify with this very well because I had a hard time with this, and I had to learn how to be kind to myself. And I just had to start saying, positive things until I started believing them. And so you can do the same thing to change your thinking about yourself and be kind to yourself. That's something that you do need to learn how to practice. Put it into practice. Get, a word or something and just start saying kind things to yourself. List your positive qualities. Now, that goes right along with what I just said. List your positive qualities. Okay. And if you can't think of any, have somebody else that loves you get help you with your list so that you can start seeing the positive qualities that are in you. These are things that will help you have more confidence. Okay. And you want it to be a steady growth. These are things we need. We talked about what we don't need, what confident people don't need. Now we're talking about what we need to be more confident, okay? Practice positive body language, okay? Um, and that will help you. I don't know if you know about this or not, but they do have a book that kind of teaches about body language. And even like when you go for a job interview, you know, they always say mimic the person that's sitting across from you. In other words, don't sit here like, with your hands crossed like this, because body language says that you're uninterested, or even doing stuff like this. When you're in a professional environment, you mimic the person that you're sitting across, so you're giving off the right signs through your body language. So practice positive body language. Okay. Talk to yourself positively. Talk to yourself positively. You know, again, for some people, that is a hard thing to do because you have been talked down on all your life, and you have practiced talking down on yourself because that's what you've been taught and that's what you're used to. So now, for you to be more confident, you want to take the time. You're worthy of all the investments that you put into yourself. So take the time to start speaking positive things to yourself and take those negative thoughts captive and chain them up and replace them with a positive saying over yourself. You know, you may have been told that you're never going to accomplish anything in life. Now start telling yourself, I can do whatever I put my mind to do. How about that? And you just keep saying it and keep saying and keep saying it until you have changed your conscious mind to believe where no one else can take that away from you. And then you can say that you are a confident person and you do not need to live life based on other people's opinions about you, because confident people don't do that. Okay? All right. So thank you for joining me tonight. And let's see, is there anything else I need to let you know? Oh, we got this year annual workshop is going to be crowned with confidence. That is going to be our annual workshop, August the 12th. We have it every year in August. And so prepare yourself for August 12th. Set that day aside, and we'll have more information coming soon. Okay, so thank you for joining me tonight with Tuesday Tea Time. And as I always say, I love you and walk in wisdom. All right.